Okay, so ears.
Right.
Like, when's the last time you actually, thought about them?
Yeah.
Unless they're, being blasted by your favorite music.
Right.
But anyway, today we're doing a deep dive into audiology,
Okay.
the science of sound, balance, helping people hear.
Right. Right.
And we got some really interesting stuff from RoleCatcher. So whether you're, already thinking about this kind of thing as a career or you're just along for the ride,
Yeah.
we got some cool stuff to share.
Absolutely. It's fascinating stuff. We kind of take our hearing for granted, I think, a lot of the time.
We do.
But it's so important for everything, like how we communicate, spatial awareness, even well-being.
It's huge, yeah. And that's where audiologists come in.
Yeah.
Think of them as like the guardians of your ears.
Okay.
They're there to assess, diagnose, and then treat any issues. We're talking about hearing loss, of course,
Right.
which affects tons of people, but also things like tinnitus, which is that really annoying ringing.
Yes.
And then even like dizziness, balance problems,
Right. Right.
which can be disorienting.
Absolutely. And I mean, it can be from anything, these conditions, infections, maybe it's genetic, loud noises,
Oh, yeah.
like standing too close at a concert.
Yeah.
Medications even, certain medications.
Oh, wow.
But what's amazing is what an audiologist can do for someone who's, struggling with this kind of stuff.
Right.
It's not just making things louder, it's giving them back their life,
Totally. And let's talk about the cool stuff. Technology.
Okay, yeah.
Hearing aids are not what they used to be.
No.
It's not your grandparents' hearing aids. These things are like invisible. They have like noise cancellation, Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And then there's cochlear implants. That's like giving your inner ear a microphone.
It's wild.
Yeah, they're like sci-fi, but real.
It's true. It's constantly, the field is constantly evolving, new technologies, new treatments.
It's really cool.
But let's think about you for a second, the listener.
Okay.
Are you someone who, is fascinated by sound and wants to help people?
Yeah,
Because if you are, audiology might be the thing.
it could be.
And RoleCatcher says the job market's like booming. Booming.
Yeah.
13% projected growth. That's huge.
That's massive. Yeah,
Yes.
that's big.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Plus, you can make some serious bank, which never hurts.
No, never a bad thing.
No, never a bad thing. But it's got to be realistic too.
Okay.
It's a commitment, right? You need that doctorate, which is, years of school.
Yeah.
Clinical experience.
Yeah. It's not nothing.
It's not nothing, but it's an investment
Yeah.
in something you're passionate about.
It is.
And that could really make a difference.
It's like you're an ear doctor, but instead of scalpels, it's like tiny microphones.
There you go. Yeah.
And you get to like really help people. But let's break down these educational requirements a little more, because RoleCatcher really gives a clear path.
Yeah, okay.
So RoleCatcher says, first, you got to get that doctorate.
Right.
That's a big one.
Yeah, that's a few years.
It's a few years, but you learn so much cool stuff about how the ear works.
Oh, it's fascinating.
It's wild.
Really complex. And then, after your doctorate, typically you do a clinical fellowship.
Right.
And that's where you get to work with actual patients
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
supervision
Yeah.
from experienced audiologists. So it's a good way to learn the ropes.
Like an apprenticeship, but for your ears.
Exactly. There you go. Like it. So yeah, you get that experience under your belt. Then you've got to take your state licensing exam.
Right. Got to make sure you're legit.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So you can officially get out there.
It's a lot. It sounds like a lot, but it's specialized.
It is, yeah.
Right?
And that's why it's so important to have that level of training so you can handle anything that comes your way. It's not just about, the education. Audiologists need to have a certificate of clinical competence, the CCCA.
Okay.
That shows that you really know your stuff.
Yeah.
And then, even then, it doesn't stop.
Right.
This field is constantly changing. There's always something new to learn.
Oh, yeah, because those hearing aids I was talking about,
Right.
they're going to be even cooler in a few years, probably.
Exactly.
So you got to keep learning. But RoleCatcher also said you need, soft skills.
Right. Those are important, too.
Not just the science-y stuff.
Right. Because you're working with people.
Yeah, it's people skills.
Exactly. You got to know how to talk to them, listen to them.
Right, because you can't just, be like, here's a hearing aid, see?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to build relationships, trust.
Yeah, make them feel comfortable.
Exactly.
Because it can be a little, it's your ears.
Well, it's very personal.
It's personal. So RoleCatcher had some really interesting interview questions.
Well, yeah, they always have good ones.
One that stuck out to me, they said, describe a time you had to explain something complex about audiology to someone who knew nothing about it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Like, how do you make it make sense?
It's a real skill to break it down, lose the jargon. And another one, they asked how you stay up to date on the latest and greatest.
It's important because, like we said, it's always changing.
Exactly. Got to be a lifelong learner in this field, always reading those journals, taking courses.
Yeah, gotta stay sharp. But, all this tech stuff aside, RoleCatcher really got me thinking about the human side of it all.
Yeah, it's really rewarding.
They talked about, like, the impact you can have.
It's huge. I mean, you can help a child hear their parent's voice for the first time.
Wow.
Give someone who's been struggling to hear that connection back.
Yeah.
It's powerful stuff.
It's more than a job, really. It's like you're giving back life.
Exactly. You're improving their quality of life. That's what it's all about.
And that is pretty special. Really makes you think, huh? Like, we don't think about sound that much,
Right.
but it's like everything.
It really shapes our world. And
Yeah.
audiologists, they help us experience that, whether it's a baby hearing for the first time or a musician protecting their hearing.
Totally.
It's everywhere, if you think about it. And what always gets me is how passionate these guys are.
Yeah, they love it.
They really care. It's not just a job.
You can tell, like, even with these RoleCatcher things,
Yeah.
they get the techie stuff, but it's also, like, about the people.
Right. It's about empathy. It's about solving problems. It's about, someone hearing birds sing again. Like that's real stuff.
That's cool. And with technology changing so fast, who even knows what's next, right?
It's true. Like, what if we could create these, like, custom soundscapes
Whoa.
just for your ears,
Whoa.
Or what if you could heal a damaged ear?
That'd be wild. Imagine, like, no more hearing loss.
Exactly.
Everyone just hearing everything.
And it's the folks studying audiology now who'll be making that happen.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this
Yeah.
and you're like, huh, interesting.
Don't ignore it.
Don't just, like, let it go. Check out the RoleCatcher stuff. Maybe, like, find an audiologist near you. See if you can shadow them or something.
See what it's all about.
Yeah, you never know. Could be your thing. Because the world needs people who are into this stuff.
We need audiologists.
Audiology is important. It's where, like, science and, like, helping people meet.
Right, that human connection.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe you'll be the one inventing those, like, brain streaming hearing aids.
Yeah, that's the future I want to live in.
Me too. Well, this was fun.
Yeah, it was great being here.
Audiology, everybody. Learn about it.
Your ears will thank you.
All right, that's it for us. Until next time.